Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now, it's real time.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. And we're lucky enough. We've got Deshaun Berry and Pete Fogel here in studio. We're going to talk about an event that's coming up May 4th that these two are collaborating on with Washington County as well, over on Hagg Lake. Deshaun Berry is with Get Hooked. Pete is with Rods and Reels in Need. And this is it's like the perfect marriage, man. And I don't mean to say it in a weird way, right? No. But this is just a great way where you guys can get together, help out what you've done for eons, both of you, which, by the way, everybody loves you guys for that. I mean, helping the kids, helping families, just getting outside. How many kids that you've affected from coaching, let alone yourself, with just getting kids into the outdoors. I know we always talk about fishing, but there's a lot more to it when you're getting out there. But this is just another year with another great event that you guys got going on between the two of you. Again, at Hagg Lake, it's a family event. It's not just for kids, it's for everyone. So would this be like, say, if you had a family that wasn't fishing yet, but maybe want to just figure out a way to get the kids unplugged and just get them outside, would this be a good way to get started?
Absolutely. I mean, people know where Hagg Lake is at.
Oh, yeah.
And they utilize it for just more than fishing. But it's a great way to get the family out there, be surrounded by people who do fish if you don't know how to fish, and intermingle with people you would probably see out there anyways on a normal basis. And so it's a good way to interact with the community, but also just to get out into the park and enjoy nature and get kids unplugged, like you said. Yeah,
and Hagg Lake's just the perfect place for it. I mean, lots of opportunity to, one, catch fish, of course, because there's lots of opportunities there. But there's trails, there's what you call it, frisbee golf, Alan. That's for you, my friend.
Disc golf.
Disc golf, excuse me, not frisbee, disc golf. I got to get that right. But I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on out there, and Rods and Reels in Need. This is your first year, kind of getting in
with this event,
with this particular event.
Yeah, we've done multiple events. This is the first year with us, and Deshaun and I mean, our foundations partner so well together. Yeah, he gets the kids out to fish. We supply them with the gear they need.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a perfect marriage. It's just great, and I'm glad. And we're going to do a lot more moving forward after this as well.
Right.
But like you were saying, families, if they don't know how to fish, if they have kids that don't, or maybe they don't know how to teach their kids to fish or whatever, bring them out. We'll take care of that.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the gear, we got the knowledge, and we'll have plenty of people to help too, as far as volunteers and stuff like that. I mean, it's great.
And I know that you've run into this before where families will come out for the first time and they've been intimidated by this whole thing because they don't know how to do it. Number one, it can be a challenge, right? If you don't have the knowledge, if folks haven't watched Outdoor GPS the last nearly 16 years, that's just a cheap plug, sorry. It's concerning. You don't want to screw it up. You don't want to have the kids have a bad experience or they don't want to do it again. So it is intimidating. How do you overcome that? You've been in the middle of this for a long time, and we've had the opportunity to interview for these events many times. But how do you overcome that? If somebody does come up and they're like, don't really know.
It's taken us all back to what we, loved about fishing when we were young.
Yeah.
Just having fun with it. I always tell kids, catching the fish is like the bonus.
Sure.
And so being outdoors, look at all the stuff that is around you. Take advantage of all those things because you've already won. And if you catch a fish, it's even better. And so if we're teaching from that level, the fish is like the extra part. And so you've already won by being in nature and being disconnected. The marriage between our two organizations is so great because you can come to one of my events, you may not be able to take a fishing pole home with you every single time.
Right.
Well, now with Pete, you may be able to take a fishing pole home to further that time that you had outside with us. And so it's just seamless, and I think that breaks down that apprehension of getting into the sport also.
Yeah, because that's another concern, right? The cost.
Yes.
Nothing's cheap these days. In the last 3 or 4 years, everything has gone up so. I mean, literally everything, 25, 35%, depending on what it is. Rods and Reels in Need, you guys have worked with one of my main sponsors, my presenting sponsor, Fisherman's Marine, on how folks can come in with old gear, usable, okay? Doesn't matter if it's as old as I am, but as long as it's usable, you can take it into Fisherman's and get a discount on something new, right?
Yeah, so Jason Granizo, great guy, he's runs a Oregon City store. Him and I have been collaborating and getting this together. So basically, any usable, like Owen said, usable rods, reels, combos, whatever, if that's brought into any of the stores between now and April 21st, we're going to run it for 2 weeks, you will get 15% off any new rods, reels, combos, and there's no limit. So you can get multiple setups. And that's all you got to do is bring it in. We'll take care of it from there, and it's just amazing. And thank you, Jason, so much from Fisherman's for getting this set up for us. Awesome.
And there's no lack of folks that want to help. Years and years and years ago, one of our Day at the Park events, if some of you remember that, we had thousands, it seems like, rods that were donated by folks that came in. I mean, it's just a great way to take part of that concern from families or just kids in general, take that out of the equation, right? That you're going to have gear, rods and reels that you can actually use post these events, right? They can take this stuff home.
Yeah, it's theirs. You know, we gave out 436 setups just this last year.
Wow.
And I want to double that this year, and we have the means to do that. Thanks to Damian Hartman out of St. Helens. He set us up about 3 weeks ago with enough gear to last quite a while.
Wow.
And what a great guy. And I just wanted to say thank you to him, too, while I'm on air.
Very cool. So, I mean, there really is. There's a lot of folks that are involved with helping out. You mentioned Washington County puts this on, and you guys come in and really, I mean, you make the event. Folks want to come and meet you personally. They want to come and see your son Caleb as well. Some of these folks have gone there many times and bring others that they have not been there before to help get them exposed, take some of that concern out of it. Again, it's one of those situations at HAG with Washington County where folks can just really take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Again, it's just breaking down the barriers to get people outdoors. You know, like we said, there's costs, there's transportation, there's all these things. We try to just break down the barriers to get them out there, and so they can continue it again when they're out with their families. We know the value that fishing brings to our lives and the outdoors brings to our lives. And again, that's just our mission, is just to get it to as many people as we possibly can, and not be so intimidating while we're doing it. You know, it's just a friendly, nice approach to bring people in, to get more people involved in our sport, and so our sport's around for the long term. So.
Right. Now, we've already shown everyone the website that just recently was launched.
Correct.
And it's going to show ways that they can get involved, volunteer, how you can donate as well. So I want to cut through a break. I want to come back and talk about this actual event, what they can expect when they get out there, what they can do. Can they bring boats? Are they going to be fishing from the bank? Are they going to be doing all of it? So don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Pete Fogel and Deshaun Berry from Rods and Reels in Need and Get Hooked. We'll be right back.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Yakima Bait, steeped in tradition, innovation, and fishing success. And by Procure Bait Sense, ruthlessly effective.